Please, I need help. Please, I need help.
A distressed call into 911 pleaded for help Friday after a 21-year-old transgender woman. Sheriff's deputies say the popular TikTok influencer was found multiple times in her boyfriend's car in Lauderdale Lakes. 25-year-old Shanoid White is the one on the phone.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
this is 911. Stay on the phone with me, okay?
Yes, hello?
This is 911.
Hello?
This is
Get here! Hurry up and get here! Who's calling me? Hurry up and get here!
Investigators say White initially told them the couple got into an argument and then there was a fight in the car over the fight. They say he later contradicted that story. Surveillance video from a neighbor's Tesla appears to show White stepping out of the car with what looks like a gun in his hand. Then he walks over and places Girl Allah, who was slumped outside the open door, back inside the car. Detectives say then he's seen pacing near the car before using his phone to call for help. Girl Allah was a popular hairstylist with 300,000 TikTok followers. She was described by family as having a bright future.
Please, no.
911.
Please. Hello, please, I need help. Please, I need help.
911, what is the address to your emergency? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I don't know the address, bro. Just check. Just check, please.
Okay, are you at a house, apartment, or business?
Yes, I'm at a house. I'm at a house.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened. Tell me exactly what happened.
Please.
Okay, we have a call incident for service. Who's...
Hey, come on. All right, thank you.
Stay on the line with me.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
this is 911. Stay on the phone with me, okay?
Yes, hello?
This is 911.
Hello?
This is 911.
Get here! Hurry up and get here! Who's calling me? Hurry up and get here!
Stay on the line with me. I need you to stay on the line with me, okay?
Please,
Tell me exactly.
please.
On the way. I need you to stay on the line with me, okay? Stay on
All
the line.
right.
Do not disconnect. Are you able to give me a good address? Stay on the line with me, okay?
All right.
They're coming as quickly as they can, okay? They're coming. They're on the way. Me and you talking is not delaying them. Stay on the phone with me. Stay on the line with me.
You know what I'm saying? This is my second son. I done lost, you know what I'm saying? This is my second son I done lost. I'm asking them to let me out before I hurt somebody or before I hurt myself, man. Just let me out. I just lost my second son. Just let me out the hospital before I hurt myself or before I hurt somebody. Just let me out, man.
Right here.
Can't even bury my son in peace. Y'all want to put the man in the wig. I ain't letting no preacher stand up. Ain't no ordained, anointed preacher gonna do that. Stand up with no man and preach in the wig. Stop it. Y'all doing this for the show. Y'all ain't worried about my son's soul. Please, I ask y'all to have Friday. I'm gonna get a word, Girl La La. Whatever y'all want, Girl La La La. I don't know him as that. I ain't taking that from his followers, from his crowd, none of that. Y'all can have that. Put him in the wig. The viewing is open for the public. Come see him. I ain't taking the opportunity from y'all. I don't want none of his followers, likes, none of that. The funeral Saturday. Put my son in the pot smoke, braids with a sharp tape, or afro for the last time. I ain't attending no funeral with my son that God gave to me as a boy in the wig. I ain't attending no funeral. I don't.
This
Girl Lala's situation is, y'all gotta read in between the lines. Her dad went live and said, I want to bury my son as Maurice. Y'all knew him as Girl Lala. I didn't know him by that. That ding 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 ding. That right there. You clearly don't know your child. You don't know. You didn't know who your child was in his latter days of living. You didn't know who he was, cause your child, her, not he, her was Girl Lala. At death, that was Girl Lala. When they gave $25,000, they gave that in support to Girl Lala. If you felt like you wanted to bury your child, however you wanted to bury your child, and you wanted to bury your child back as Maurice, then you should have said, I'm going to bury my own child because I want to bury my child how I want to bury my child. That is crazy. The only person that she had to answer to was God. Can't no mama, daddy, sister, brother, cousin, pastor get you into heaven. And just because you change how a person look in a casket does not determine their soul when they go to heaven. Y'all need to stop this on as far as wanting to alter, change somebody. However a person want to live their life, let them their life. Let them live their life. That's their life. That boy stayed in jail 6 months before he died. 6 months. 6 months, that right? A person that makes a decision to sit in jail 6 months rather than to come home and be on probation, I made her own decisions. Lived her life how she wanted to live it and made her own decisions. Y'all gave $25,000. 25 for somebody to say that they gonna have a private funeral and they gonna bury their child back how they Y'all, I've been like this 7 years. It's been 7 years. If something happened to me and my family changed me back to go, how is that in love and memory? How could you even go publicly and say, oh, well, I didn't know my child is Girl Lala. I knew him as Maurice. What thought Maurice was Girl Lala? Y'all.
No, my dad was not present during that process.
Okay, 1 second. This is Girl Lala real sister, guys. This is the blood sister. Same dad, same mom. Go ahead.
I'm just confused on why he getting on this social media doing all this. You shouldn't be on those social media trying to explain to no damn body. Go grieve. My mom is not here to speak for herself because she is grieving as a mother should. That is where this ain't got nothing to do with no image, no clout, no nothing. This is sick. You put her conscience, that ain't got nothing to do with that. That's between Lala and her soul and God. Who to go judge? You ain't do us here, so don't start foul. My sister said out her mouth how she wanted to go out. Just how I did mine. I have a policy, so I can say when I want to say it and how I'm going to go. Because I'm paying for my own. I've been and I did. That's before all my brothers were gone. I had my own policy, myself. Not no mom, not no dad, none of that. When I made my plans, my mom or my dad is not over my mother. It's my siblings. So I asked them, how would y'all like to be done? So, of course, I'm going to go do how my people want to do it. Yes, as their wishes. Not no mom, not no dad. Y'all wasn't even speaking. If we want to be real and technical, you wasn't being no dad for these past couple of years. About what was happening to my mother sister. You didn't give a who was breathing, what she had to go through, what she was putting up. No. So yes, it's going to be public. No, it's not going to be private. If we being technical, no. My baby didn't have no will. My baby didn't have no policy left. But guess what? These fans paid to see Lala. Or help put she did her.
Let me get this right. I'm supposed to believe that a man with face tats and a mouthful of gold and an extensive criminal history that dates back as recent as 2024, who bust a woman in the face with a brick because she threw a soda can on the ground, broke her car door, and her repeatedly in the face with a brick, raised his sons correctly? I'm supposed to believe that? Go to hell. Like I said, he should have raised his sons better. He is the prime example of why they turned out the way they did. There's a reason that he lost 2 sons at an early age. He should have done better as a father. He should have been a better example. of what a man is supposed to be and how a man is supposed to behave. Cry about it.
On the internet screaming. The dad went to balloon release. He's seen everybody purchase the t-shirt about this. This got nothing to do with us. The only thing that we need to be knowing about, what day the funeral, what day is the viewing, and that's it. You want so much power, but when Girl Lala was in jail, there was no commissary sent from you, sir. Girl Lala was homeless, sir. He was living with his best friend, his family. And the thing is, if anything, Vaughn family should be controlling the funeral and everything, because that's who he was living with at the time, and that's who been taking care of him when he told you he was transitioning to a transgender and you wouldn't accept it. No, we're gonna talk about it. Let's really talk about it. The daddy should have never came on the internet telling us what wig or what wig y'all arguing about. That's not our business. The sister should not be on Twitter arguing about what they argue. That's not our business. Our business is what day he's resting and what day the viewing, and the only time we should be understanding what's going on. Now the whole internet trying to figure out why he can't put a wig on.
Y'all, I can't even lie, I am having such difficulty doing this video right now. Even though I've been seeing all the viral clips across the internet, I didn't want to taint the memory of Girl Lala with drama and tried to avoid diving in too deep. However, I couldn't get it off my conscience because unfortunately I seen it coming. And rest in peaceful paradise to Girl Lala, wishing all of her family, friends, and loved ones healing hearts. And from the very first day that Girl Lala was pronounced passed away, and the video that was shown of her father saying let him out of the hospital because he just lost his second son, with a strong enunciation on son. Now, if you were paying attention in the beginning of the video, then you know Girl Lala was a transgender in transition and was taking medicine to continue her ongoing process. And obviously, people have their own faiths and own religions. However, he seemingly went out of his way to emphasize the fact that Girl Lala was born a man. So many other alternative respectful options like child or kid, or even firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn, and so on. Now, it is important to note that Girl Lala was grown and was allegedly estranged from her father due to her being in transition. It is also important to note that a famous music artist who goes by the name of JT, who is in strong support of the transgender community and has been known to have a strong friendship with Girl Lala, donated $13,500 to her funeral and costs, as well as contributions from her online supporters, totaling in over $29,000. However, the GoFundMe page is being ran by Chadi, and please excuse me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, the father of Girl Lala. Girl Lala's parents are no longer together. Up until recently, Girl Lala's mom refused to make a statement on the matter, not wanting to bring their private family matters to the internet. However, it seems that the dad had other plans. Once he realized the services might not go the way he wanted, he came to the internet to get a few fans on his side to stop the proceedings of family and friends of what they thought were Girl Lala's wishes. However, Girl Lala, born Maurice, technically did not have a will. At the age of 21, I'm sure that's not too surprising to most people, and her family also did not have a policy for her. So I've been seeing a lot of comments telling people to get their will in order, which is obviously easier said than done, and definitely can be a process. And my personal advice is, I strongly advise anyone who doesn't have a will and or a policy where they have written out specificalities, sit down, make a video, upload it to YouTube on private, and send the link to all your family and friends so that your final moments are left up to you and only you. That's just my personal advice. After realizing just how many people of all different ages have not prepared for the end, it's honestly really saddening for issues like this to tear family and communities apart when there's people out there touching kids and unaliving folks. And as far as the charges allegedly against Girl Lala's father, shouldn't really matter. However, it does speak to his character, as well as multiple family and friends who basically confirmed that he had disowned Girl Lala since her transition began. And Girl Lala's father did state that he wasn't worried about her image, however he was worried about her soul, in which most people agree that the physicalities of the outside does not dictate the inner workings of the soul. And no matter what Girl Lala is buried in, her soul will remain the same. However, some supporters speculate, as well as Girl Lala's biological mother and sister, in whom which they share the same mother and father, that it seems somewhat of a clout chase because he brought private issues to the internet and has not cut off the GoFundMe even though the funds have been reached. In my opinion, this issue isn't really about respecting the father and or respecting Girl Lala's wishes, but more about people's personal preferences and religion, and the basis of the situation has only given them a reason to express themselves and how they really feel. Even though Girl Lala's supporters gave from the kindness of their hearts, they were donating in the memory of Girl Lala. Social media gave her the reach to touch so many hearts. Supporters say that Girl Lala should be laid to rest the way that she wanted and not her parent. However, with all the internet drama trickling into Girl Lala's personal life, her mother had no choice but to come out and make a response. So please be respectful in the comments and try not to base your opinions off religions or what you believe, but more so what you would want for yourself if you ever passed away. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video, not only to spread awareness, but to help support the channel. Even though I am not a trans, I am a part of the LGBTQ+ IA community, and regardless of personal beliefs, I believe in being a kind person and not directly attempting to hurt someone's feelings by referring to them as something they don't want to be referred to. However, you do reserve the right to reference them as you like.
That what is extremely interesting is all the people who are breaking their necks and breaking their backs to remind people that this is supposed to be this man's son and all this, that, and the third. The community that knows her as she, her, are the ones paying for her funeral. See, I believe if you want to have that much control over the narrative and who that child was, you should have that same type of hand on putting that child in the ground. And I hope y'all don't take this money from queer people in the community. And JT gave this money from a spirit of the way that she supports trans people to help put this child in the ground. Oh, you took care of your this, that, and the third. Where's the insurance? Where's the money at? You put up an old Christmas picture where this child looks 10 years old. Looking at the GoFundMe and the people who donated, people are donating to the spirit of this person. And I think that's important to name. That the spirit of this person is making people come out and drop the type of money that you need for a house payment, to put a down payment on a home. And it's the people who are making videos talking because it's a consequence of their sins. It's misgender this child because all of a sudden they give up that ain't put two pennies together. I need niggas' actions to be equitable to spout. I'm glad this child is going to be laid to rest. I pray they're laid to rest in a way that is affirming to their life. I doubt it will be, which makes me sad. And I will repeat, on today, Trans Day of Remembrance, if you are a young trans person, get your living will together. Get your things in order to where it is not left up to anybody how you will go, how your life will be celebrated. You get to make that decision. And if you know your family, if you know your people, who you are and how you exist in this world, that's the least you can do to honor yourself, is putting things in place to ensure that your life is reflected the way you lived it.
Now, I know he referenced Girl Lala as a child, but it is important to note that Girl Lala was an adult and lost her life at the hands of her boyfriend at the age of 21.
Mom's birth mom had to say, she said chat or reposted it, and they said, child, Girl Lala moms has entered the chat after a fan called out the dad. She said she will be honoring her daughter and her daughter wishes and etc. And then this is what she had to say. She said, ain't about no damn clout. My baby knew what she wanted and made her own decisions and still came to the Lord's house as that. Yes, you birthed a son, but my baby made her own decisions. All I'm doing is honoring them. This is not about satisfying me nor you. It's about her. My baby Ben started her hormone pills, beginning her trans process. You would have known if you were present in her life. And all I have to say to that is good job, Mom.
So when I came on here and told y'all that girl family did not accept her, and that's one of the reasons why she was in that situation with that boy, and how y'all was all in my comments telling me I was going too far, I shouldn't speak on the family because I don't know. But now that it's about time for the funeral, and the father is on the internet saying that he wants Girl Lala to be buried as a him, and is still saying him instead of she, her, you're still being disrespectful. You're still choosing to see your child as what you want her to be, not as what your child actually came into this world as and showed you she was. That's the part that's pissing me off. That's what a lot of y'all parents do. Y'all bring children into this world and y'all want them to live the life that y'all have planned for them. They don't get to go and do their own stuff. And the moment a child does something outside of what you think is normal, what you think they should do, it's a problem. Y'all disown that girl to a certain extent because she wasn't living the life that y'all wanted her to live. And even now you're saying her last moments on this earth being viewed, you want her to be dressed and you want her to represent who you wanted her to live as, not who she wanted to live as. Your comments now in her death speak to exactly why she lived the way that she lived, and that pisses me off. And y'all are all in the comments saying that that man is not wrong. He's wrong. If your child did not walk this earth as no man or no male, or did not walk this earth in no man clothes, she only did that to appease you because she wanted some sense of love and normalcy. Why don't you subject her to doing that after she's been murdered? Due to the fact that y'all did not love her properly, so she was out here looking for love in the streets, and the streets killed her. Y'all need to wake the up and get out of that ignorant ass mindset.
This not your funeral. Because when he was alive walking around with a wig, you ain't take care of him. When you found out he was gay, you wasn't around. You got so much say-so. At the end of the day, everybody got their own beliefs. Respect Girl La. Everybody got their own religion. Girl La knew that the Bible said man and woman. If you can't accept it, that's you. You're not in the casket. This not your funeral. The mom, the auntie, the sister, the best friend, family, everybody agreed to him making sure he goes on as a wig. I don't know y'all religion. It's not my business. And then I'm trying to figure out why is the dad telling y'all why they arguing. That's not our business. Why you telling us you don't want the son to have a wig on?
Feds pay for the funeral. That's for one.
Remember how the daddy had posted me and said about the shirts or whatever, right? And he was like, "Oh, don't post nothing about the shirt." Girl, how about he was in my DMs? Girl, yes. I was flirting a little back too. You know what I do, so you know.
Not you flirting with the daddy, girl.
Girl, the stepmama just tried to call her phone. Girl,
even though my friend said,
what happened?
My friend said he don't care for you, he don't want to talk to you. Girl, I said this out her own mouth. She don't want to talk to you. She don't care for the daddy, bitch. It's not her daddy. Said this out her own mouth. For me as a friend, bitch, to be there for your child when your child is getting buried and stuff like that, even though y'all didn't see eye to eye. I didn't even really want the people to know that y'all didn't really see eye to eye. But how you going about stuff, you never came to me and my family and said, hey, okay, this and that, da-da-da, let me keep y'all informed. Thank y'all. Didn't
even thank you. Didn't even thank Vaughn.
Didn't even about giving credit because we don't need credit. We know what we did. But you ain't even had the grace to even say thank y'all or this and that. Y'all so quick to come get this, come get that, give me the address so you can come get this and get that.
That don't make no sense.
I want you to be there.
For y'all to sit on here and make that trans woman, Girl La, daddy, feel like he dead ass wrong for how to feel. Y'all gotta learn to mind your business. Y'all got to learn how to mind your business when it comes to parents and their kids. That man, baby mama gave birth to a boy in his eyes. Whether he attended Girl La prom and he wore a wig, whatever, that was supportive. But this man is burying his child. And he want his child to be buried how he know his child was supposed to be. A boy. Respect that. Like he said, he'll give it to y'all fans and allow her viewing and his viewing trend, whatever. His viewing to be him in a wig for y'all. But as his daddy, he want him to be buried as a boy. Because he gave birth to a boy.
Now, I did want to include some opposing views so that you can see the situation from both angles. However, without the subject of trans being involved, I truly believe that most people would have the same opinion for respecting the deceased's wishes. Even though some supporters speculate this is a way for Girl Lala's father to control her afterlife, because he couldn't control her while she was here. I think it's important to focus on the things that you can change and not the things you can't. Whether or not you want to acknowledge it, trans people are real humans, and you can't change that. What you can change is how you treat them while they're here. I'm recognizing that the lack of acceptance is why people like Girl Lala's boyfriend, who unalived her, is so uncomfortable with themselves, so much so that they would unalive a person due to speculations similar to Girl Lala's father. While children would rather be homeless and in the streets than choosing to be in a comfortable, safe bed with people that don't accept them, truly shows just how much being them actually matters to them. And the subject of being fair keeps arising because Girl Lala's father said that the viewing could be in the wig. However, he would like the funeral to be closed to the public and would not attend if Girl Lala was wearing a wig, and he would like for him to have some braids or a fro. In my opinion, you should honor 100% of the person's wishes. I don't know, y'all let me know in the comments below what y'all think about this video. I personally would come out and never tell a family what they should or shouldn't do when it comes to laying to rest their loved ones. However, it is important to note that parents are human beings just like the rest of us, and legally does not get say-so over someone's life after they are grown. And if you were paying attention in the beginning of the video, Girl Lala's biological sister, she made it clear that she did not want her mother and or father to have any say-so over her arrangements and is leaving it to her siblings. And I'll end this video with saying, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. No, I'm not making this about race, but as a culture, we focus in strongly on things we don't support, but not important things like making sure that your kids and young ones have life insurance policies and strong support systems. And in loving memory of Girl Lala, rest in peaceful paradise. Hopefully justice is served and her mother's wishes can be considered as well, considering they also reflect the wishes of Girl Lala, yet seem to not be getting as much light due to the fact that she's not on the internet ranting and raving about it, and that she can be laid to rest in peace. And disclaimer, everything in this video is alleged and all contents used in videos does fall under fair use for commentary purposes.